Welcome back, curious minds. In this episode, we're uncovering how three legendary thinkers, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, turned curiosity into a powerful tool for understanding life, knowledge, and the universe. Their questions still echo through history, shaping how we see the world today. So, let's explore how their curiosity continues to inspire us. Curiosity. It's the spark that fuels discovery, the ember that ignites innovation, and the force that has driven humanity to ask the big questions. But where did the quest for knowledge, philosophy as we know it, truly begin? To answer that, we journey back to ancient Greece, where three great thinkers turned curiosity into an art form. Socrates believed that true wisdom began with a simple yet profound realization, admitting how little we know. To him, the first step toward enlightenment was to embrace our ignorance, for only then could we begin the journey of genuine understanding. This humility wasn't a weakness, it was a strength, and it formed the cornerstone of his approach to philosophy. To explore the depths of human thought, Socrates developed a unique and powerful technique, the Socratic method. Unlike many thinkers of his time, he didn't claim to have the answers. Instead, he saw himself as a midwife of ideas, helping others give birth to their own understanding. This method wasn't about lecturing or persuading. It was about asking the right questions, questions that stripped away assumptions, exposed contradictions, and forced people to confront the inconsistencies in their beliefs. Imagine Socrates in the bustling Athenian agora, surrounded by curious minds. He might ask, "What is justice?" Or, "What does it mean to live a good life?" At first, his audience might respond confidently, drawing on familiar customs or accepted truths. But with each answer, Socrates would gently push further. Why? How do you know that's true? Does that idea always hold up? His questions were like chisels, carving away at the surface to uncover the essence beneath. This process wasn't always comfortable. In fact, it could be deeply unsettling. Socrates' probing questions often left people feeling frustrated, confused, or even angry, especially those who were unaccustomed to having their ideas challenged. Yet, this discomfort was the very point. For Socrates, it was only through this intellectual struggle that people could achieve deeper insights and free themselves from the shackles of unexamined beliefs. The Socratic method wasn't just a way of teaching, it was a way of thinking, a disciplined practice of curiosity in action. By embracing questions rather than clinging to answers, Socrates showed that the path to wisdom isn't a straight line. It's a spiral, constantly circling deeper into the mysteries of life. His method remains one of his greatest legacies, influencing not only the philosophers who followed him, like Plato and Aristotle, but also modern education, science, and even legal practices. To this day, the Socratic method reminds us that the pursuit of truth begins not with certainty, but with curiosity and the courage to ask, "What if I'm wrong?" Curiosity was at the heart of Socrates' philosophy. He didn't write books, command armies, or build monuments. Instead, his legacy was built on the power of questions, questions that made people stop, think, and confront the very foundations of their beliefs. In a society where tradition and authority often dictated truth, Socrates dared to ask, why? Why do we believe what we believe? Why do we live the way we do? By engaging in open dialogue with citizens of Athens, be they politicians, craftsmen, or young minds, he challenged norms and probed the very essence of concepts like justice, virtue, and wisdom. To Socrates, wisdom began with one essential truth: acknowledging our own ignorance. He believed that admitting what we don't know is the first step towards seeking true understanding. But this relentless curiosity came at a price. Socrates' commitment to questioning upset the powerful, who saw his inquiries as a threat to the social order. In 399 BC, he was accused of corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods of Athens. Refusing to renounce his beliefs, he stood trial and was sentenced to death. His final act, calmly drinking hemlock while surrounded by his followers, was a testament to his principles. He chose death over abandoning his pursuit of truth. Socrates' unwavering commitment to questioning was nothing short of revolutionary. It was curiosity in its purest form, fearless, relentless, and transformative. His method of inquiry laid the foundation for philosophy as a discipline, inspiring his students, like Plato, and countless thinkers who followed to explore the nature of existence, knowledge, and morality. Today, his legacy reminds us that asking questions isn't just about finding answers. It's about challenging ourselves to grow, even when the answers are uncomfortable or elusive. Socrates' life stands as a beacon, showing that curiosity, no matter the cost, is one of the most powerful forces for change. One of Socrates' most famous students, Plato, took curiosity to another level. While Socrates focused on questions, Plato sought answers. But not just any answers. He wanted to uncover the ideal truths that existed beyond our physical world. In his allegory of the cave, Plato paints one of the most powerful metaphors in Western philosophy, a vivid and haunting picture of the human condition. Imagine a dark, damp cave where prisoners are chained, unable to move their heads, forced to stare at a wall in front of them. Behind them burns a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners, objects are moved, casting flickering shadows on the wall. To the prisoners, these shadows are all they know. They mistake the shadows for reality because they've never seen anything else. Plato's allegory challenges us to see ourselves in those prisoners. Most people, he suggests, live their lives trapped in this cave of ignorance, mistaking appearances, fleeting images, social norms, and surface-level truths for the real thing. But what if we could break free? What if we had the courage to turn away from the shadows and look toward the light? Curiosity, for Plato, is the force that propels us out of the cave. It's the inner drive that compels us to question, is there more to life than what I see? What lies beyond my immediate experience? Guided by this curiosity, the freed prisoner ascends, emerging from the cave into the dazzling sunlight. Here, they encounter the truth, the world of ideal forms, a realm of perfect and eternal concepts that transcend the imperfect and ever-changing world of the senses. In this higher realm, they finally see true beauty, justice, and goodness, not as fragmented, flawed reflections, but as unchanging ideals. These forms are, to Plato, the ultimate reality, the foundation of all knowledge and understanding. The journey out of the cave isn't easy. It's painful and disorienting, as the prisoner's eyes must adjust to the blinding light. But it's worth it, because it leads to enlightenment, to a deeper understanding of existence and our place within it. For Plato, curiosity isn't just about satisfying a fleeting sense of wonder. It's a transformative force. It's the spark that leads us out of the shadows and into the light of wisdom. But the allegory doesn't end there. Plato reminds us that once we've glimpsed the truth, our journey isn't complete. The freed prisoner has a duty to return to the cave, to help others see what they've seen, even if those still bound might resist or reject the truth. The allegory of the cave is more than a story. It's a call to action. It challenges us to embrace curiosity, to question the illusions we've accepted as truth, and to seek the higher realities that can transform how we live and understand the world. Curiosity isn't just about personal growth. It's about elevating humanity as a whole, one question at a time. Aristotle's method was empirical. He observed, classified, and tested ideas. Where Socrates asked why, and Plato pondered what if, Aristotle asked how. How does the world work? How do living things grow and change? His curiosity was practical, rooted in a desire to understand the mechanics of existence. Through Aristotle, curiosity evolved from a philosophical exercise into the foundation of science itself. Unlike his teacher Plato, who sought truth in the abstract world of ideal forms, Aristotle turned his gaze to the natural world, believing that knowledge was rooted in what we could observe, measure, and analyze. Aristotle's approach was groundbreaking. He believed that by carefully observing the world around us, we could uncover the patterns and principles governing all life. From the smallest insect to the vast expanse of the heavens, everything was worthy of study. But he didn't stop at observation. Aristotle sought to organize and systematize knowledge. He categorized plants and animals, studied their anatomy, and even developed theories about their functions and relationships. Aristotle's curiosity extended beyond the natural sciences to nearly every field of human inquiry. He explored ethics, politics, metaphysics, and logic, crafting methods of reasoning that would guide scholars for millennia. His development of formal logic, a system for evaluating arguments and testing ideas, was a monumental contribution. It gave humanity a toolkit for thinking critically, asking questions, and seeking answers grounded in reason. In Aristotle's view, curiosity wasn't just an abstract quality, it was a practical tool, a disciplined pursuit of understanding that demanded evidence and analysis. This method became the bedrock of the scientific process: observe, hypothesize, test, and refine. While his conclusions were not always correct, the way he approached knowledge, through observation and logic, shaped the framework of human inquiry for centuries. His influence rippled through time. During the Renaissance, thinkers rediscovered Aristotle's works, using his methods to challenge old dogmas and push the boundaries of science and philosophy. Galileo's celestial observations, Newton's laws of motion, Darwin's theory of evolution, all of these breakthroughs owed something to the foundation Aristotle laid. Aristotle's emphasis on observation and logic was more than a method. It was a mindset. He showed that curiosity wasn't merely about wondering, it was about exploring, analyzing, and uncovering the truths that lay hidden in the world around us. His legacy reminds us that the act of asking how can lead us not only to answers, but also to new and better questions. Together, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle transformed curiosity into a powerful tool for seeking wisdom. They asked the questions that humanity still grapples with today. What is the nature of reality? How can we live a good life? And what does it mean to know something? Their approaches, Socrates' probing questions, Plato's idealism, and Aristotle's empiricism, remind us that curiosity is not just about finding answers, it's about embracing the journey of exploration. Today, the questions of ancient Greece are still alive, waiting for us to explore them. So, what are you curious about? What questions keep you up at night? Like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, let curiosity guide you to your own discoveries. Thank you for joining us today. If this has provided any value to you, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel for more journeys into the mysteries of the past, the wonders of the present, and the possibilities of the future. Let's keep asking questions, because curiosity is the path to wisdom. Until next time, remember, stay curious.